2 of our preparation 1 week before arrival of our chicks. This is your good Dr. Caroline, a professional medical doctor, passionate about poultry farming and striving for financial freedom. So part 2, I'm going to be showing you the importance of having a brooder. What is a brooder? Remember I told you these chicks don't have a mother, right? So meaning you are their mother. You are providing heat to them, you're making sure they are well fed, you're making sure that you're giving all of these things with love. Because like I said, Dorothy and her mini hens are going to be arriving and they need all the love and welcome they need. So what did we do? We created our brooder. What did I need to create the brooder? I needed this. What do we call this? I was looking for plywood, but plywood is about 60 millimeters thick. So I got superwood. So this is superwood. Superwood is 3 millimeters thick. So it's a bit thin. You can see here, it's easily bendable. So this is my brooder. This is where I'm going to be keeping my baby hens, my baby chicks, Dorothy and her mini friends. And then you're also going to need this. What are we going to be doing here? So remember, these chickens, they're day old, right? They don't have a strong immune system. They've never tasted food before. They don't know what food is, what it smells like. So what are we going to do? We're going to protect them from this, because you don't want your day old chicks feeding from this, because they can't differentiate between the feet and wood shaving. So what are we going to do in our brooder? We will be putting newspapers or any other paper that you have on the ground, right? So this is what we're going to be doing. We are covering our wood shaving, because for one, I don't want Dorothy to suffocate from the wood shaving. I don't want Dorothy to have respiratory infections. I don't want Dorothy to die. I love Dorothy because Dorothy is going to be giving life. And what is life? These are the eggs that you'll be selling to your customers. They'll be nutrient rich. They'll be rich with omega. They'll be rich with the correct vitamins. And you want to give your customers all that richness. You don't want your hands to die from things like pine shaving, right? And also another important thing, I think, don't put a single paper. It has to be as thick as possible, right? Because remember, the feces will be here, it will get wet. So at least make it thick and make sure that when it's wet, you change it, right? So you'll be brooding for 14 days, right? So for this first 2 weeks, they are the most important days of your farming life, of your chicks' life ever. Because during this time, your chickens will be developing their systems, right? Their digestive system, their respiratory system. So everything has to be properly developed so that by the time they reach 17 weeks, they're ready to give life. They're ready to lay eggs that will be able to sell to your customers, right? So you make sure that your brooder is dry, you make sure you have the lighting, and we're going to use paper to protect our chickens from the wood shaving, right? You have to make sure that there won't be any exposure of any wood shaving, right? You have to make it in such a way that your chickens won't have access to the wood shaving. So on that day, as they arrive, you will be making sure that they have heat. This place would have been heated up 24 hours prior to the arrival, or if you're in very cold areas, 48 hours prior to arrival, right? Because Now my area is a bit hot. I'm gonna be heating this place 24 hours before they arrive, and then by the time they arrive, the temperature will be perfect for them. The floor won't be cold. I would have measured the temperature so they won't get cold, and they would have water and feeds ready for them. Another thing, aside from using paper, you can use this, right? There are people in their areas, they don't have enough paper, which is, at least you save a bit of money. But if you don't have that, you can use this, where you just put it does the same job. You're protecting your chickens from the wood shaving so that they don't aspirate, so that they don't mistake it as feed. So you'll be doing that, right? Guys, remember our brooder, right? You have to make sure you have one extra brooder. So that brooder, you will call it your sick bay, right? Whereby you isolate your sick chicks and then you put them in the extra brooder. So now I have 4 brooders, right? But then I'm going to be using 3 brooders, and then this one I'm going to name it my sick bay, right? Remember, when you're sick, they isolate you because they want you to get better. They want to take care of you, give you the right necessary medication, the necessary, everything that you need to boost your system. So that's what also needs to happen for Dorothy and her friends, right? They must have a sick bay whereby you'll be able to see how they are improving. You'll be able to physically feed them and give them water if they don't have energy to drink themselves. So you will just use a syringe and then you'll be feeding them water, right? So make sure that if you have 2 brooders that you'll be using to brood, have a 3rd one as a sick bay. If you have 3 brooders like mine, have a 4th one as a sick bay, so that you isolate your not so strong hens from the stronger ones, and then you're able to take care of them, right? Make sure you have a sick bay. Okay? We are ready for Dorothy. We are ready for Dorothy and her friends, because Dorothy is going to be giving life. It's going to be giving opportunity. It's going to be providing full nutrition to our customers. So we're going to be taking care of Dorothy, right? Now that you know that I've named my chickens, you can write in the comments, what do you call your chickens? Do they have names? And if you feel that this content is informative and educative, you can share, you can subscribe, and you can keep on interacting with us. I would love to hear from you and to hear your farming experiences. I love ya!